Reasons the righteous suffer. There are various reasons why God's people suffer. Like everyone else who has ever lived, God's followers experience suffering as an ongoing consequence of Adam and Eve's original sin. When they willingly chose to defy God and disregard his command, sin entered the world, and along with it came pain, sorrow, conflict, and eventual death. These things now invade the lives of all human beings. Paul affirms this. Therefore, just as sin entered the world through one man, and death through sin, and in this way death came to all men because all sinned. In fact, God's word tells us that the whole created universe groans under sin's effects and longs for the time when there will be a new heaven and a new earth. We must resist sinful attitudes and actions, always relying on God's grace, help, strength, and comfort, even when there seems to be no hope or answers. Sometimes people suffer as a result of their own actions. The principle that a man reaps what he sows applies in a general sense to everyone. If we drive recklessly, we may get into a serious accident. If we have undisciplined eating habits, we are likely to have health problems. God may use such suffering as a means to teach us discipline so that we may achieve a harvest of righteousness and peace. This does not mean that every bad thing that happens to someone is a direct result of his or her choice. One person's suffering can be the result of other people's choices, like a chain reaction. For example, someone drinks and drives, killing an innocent person, or officials of an oppressive government make a decision that denies people's freedoms. Much suffering in the world is a result of evil or unwise human choices. We must use wisdom and follow the guidance of God's word, avoiding anything that could steer us away from God's protective care. Christians and non-Christians alike also suffer because they live in a sinful and corrupt world. We are all surrounded by the effects of sin. Hunger, disease, murder, and war were not part of God's original design. All types of pain and suffering are a natural result of sin. Suffering serves as a warning sign that something is wrong and points people to the fact that the world needs God's help. God's people especially will feel a sense of distress and grief as they see the power that evil holds over so many lives. We must pray and trust God to provide victory over sin's power in